What is going on, YouTube?
2019!
Yay! It's VW Family Farm here. I'm Andrea.
I'm Ben.
This is Ben.
Big Ben, as I've been being called lately. Big Ben.
But by spring, he's going to be back to medium Ben, aren't you?
We'll see.
Because healthy eating starts today. Actually, we always try to eat semi-healthy, but we're kicking it back in high gear. And this video is about, you actually like healthy food.
I like it, but I don't like to say I'm on a diet.
Right, we're not on a diet. But this video, the last one you saw was about 2018 recap. This one's going to be about goals for 2019. And that leads right into my first goal. And that is not a diet necessarily, but cleaning up our diet. We are going to try to eat our own food more. We have a group of friends that we're really tight with. We have some new friends we've gotten close with. We like getting together and eating. Sometimes we like to go out to eat with those friends. So I'm not going to say we're never going to eat out.
No.
That'd be a big fat lie.
We don't grow shrimp.
Right.
We don't grow crab legs.
But let me just take you on a little tour of just my garage. Come with us.
Oh man, for real?
Okay, so here is why we are gonna try to eat our own food, because we've been homesteading for a while. We've been gardening for how long, Ben?
I don't know.
Probably 20 years.
Take a little shot in there.
We've gardened for 20 years, but we've kicked in the meat and fruit and everything else in the last 7 years. So this freezer right here, the yellow packages are seeds, but the rest of this is our own pork. So
our own pork.
You kind of tell them, man, what's in that freezer.
Well, we got our own pork that we grow. We got crappie that we go catch. Got muscadine juice that Andrea makes. Deer meat.
There's fish down in the bottom that, like you said, crappie and some catfish and things. That's all seeds.
Baker Creek seeds.
All right, let's move on to the next freezer. So that's just freezer number 1. Let's go to freezer number 2 in the garage. So this is our what?
This is our beef freezer.
Yep, this is beef. All beef.
Ribeye
this is a pretty
steaks.
good sized little freezer. I'm going to give you some perspective here. It's not just a cube. It's what I call a medium freezer.
Beef brisket. This is all
boxes of ground beef.
Yep, there's ground.
There's more ground beef below that. That's like 2 rows of boxes.
There's 6 boxes in there total. So
we try to process at least a couple hogs for us and a steer each year. We hunt deer, we catch fish. What is that, bones?
Bones for broth.
Yum, yum. And for dogs and stuff.
Well, are you ready? And
open that fridge first. This is where I sell milk. Now I've got tons more to milk this week. I've got, I don't know how many more gallons for this week, but that's full of milk from my milk customers and a few overflow things of mine, fermenting things and stuff. And that freezer's just kind of a catch-all. It's got we froze some tomatoes one time to try to harvest seeds that way. It worked pretty good. We got colostrum from a cow and
beef frames.
Yeah, beef frames, but that's not really food. So you've seen the pork and the beef freezers, and now we've got this huge stand-up freezer that we got a smoking hot deal on getting. It was like $50 and it's brand new.
Oh, they're just calling me smoking hot.
You are smoking hot. Okay, open the freezer.
How much did you put in here last year?
Nothing really. Very few things because we had a stinky garden year. So this is all stockpiled.
Ready?
So that is, it's usually packed full. It's getting empty. But I got fruit.
Getting what?
I got fruit all up and down the door usually.
What's this? What's this here?
That's milk for soaking lotion. That's what that is. I've got squash, beans, strawberries, corn, okra, just peppers. That's my vegetable freezer. Okay, let's go on out to the shop.
All right, this is my shop, my home. I've got my big tractor in here. Pan up there, that's one of my projects. The cab, the top, I've already removed the very outer shell. Next comes removing the inner top.
Who knew taking the top of a cab tractor off is that big a deal?
Everybody I've talked to says I wouldn't do it. But
we don't have a choice.
No, my forks hit a dead tree. Top of the tree come down on top of the cab and busted it up. I found a used one. Ooh, don't pan over there either. I found a used one online. Got it from Missouri. We got to take the air conditioner condenser out of the top.
So the
That's
short
several
version
hours
is you got a lot of work to do.
on that, yeah.
Okay, so back to our freezers.
That's why it's partially so messy in here.
Right.
Right, and this is the door for that deer stand that I've been working on for 2 years.
Right.
What is this?
Okay, so this is my little cube, and that's our chickens. We raised Cornish cross. What do you think of the Cornish cross?
They're yummy.
They are yummy.
But
okay, so we got a
nasty.
chicken freezer.
Yep.
Now let's go over here. This is an old freezer we got for another smoking good deal. We keep a bucket of bolts sitting on it because the lid doesn't stay shut real well.
We just want to make sure. And we are rednecks and not bashful.
This has got, you can see we've got, oh, that's culture stuff. Then we got beaver hides and beaver tails and deer meat. That's a whole box of deer meat. What else we got, Ben?
Beehives, they have sconded and got wax moths in them. If you ever get wax moths in your frames, always freeze them. That way, even if you can't see larvae, you freeze it, it's dead.
You can find really good deals on freezers, used freezers. Go to estate auctions or watch the paper, stuff like that. That's how we found a lot. So in that big freezer, there's also chickens that I have for sale. But that's all our freezers. This is our fridge. We have 3 fridges. Our church was giving this away. Nobody wanted it. They got a new one. It's huge. It's like an industrial fridge. Holds extra eggs, elderberry syrup, fruit, things like that. So it's a little dirty and the doors have to be slammed. Other than that, it's awesome. So
Works.
all right.
And it was what? $3.93.
All right, so you can see now that we have tons and tons of food around this place. Not to mention, I have tons of microgreens growing. Ben has a greenhouse full of greens growing. I still have stuff growing in my herb beds and things like that because Arkansas winters just don't get that cold to kill a bunch of stuff. So that's our huge goal, is to quit. We've got thousands of dollars in food in these freezers and in our cupboards. Our pantry's full. And then we tend to not plan well and go grab something at the Dollar General or at the gas station or whatever. So our goal is to quit that and eat our own food and hopefully lose some weight along the way. So come along with us this year as we attempt to put that into practice. Okay, Ben, on to goal number 2.
All right, the second project, or the second goal of 2019 is installing over 5,000 feet of water line. We've got to go from our well house.
Let's go over and show it.
All right, we got to go from this well. This well was here when I was a kid. Been here for no telling how long. Anyway, I've got some 1-inch pipe. I'm gonna go down in it. I got to get me a pump. I've got a tank and a few different things, but we've got to install all of that, hook it all up,
and go all the way.
Can you zoom in way back there? Or you zoomed in all the way?
All the way back there to those trees.
So that is going to be, in my opinion, one of my big goals. As soon as I can get to it, as soon as I get off this project where I'm not working 7 days a week, thank goodness I'm not working on New Year's today, but getting all that put in so we can set up all of our rotational grazing. That is a big goal for 2019.
Another big goal that's going to happen ASAP. So a lot of these goals are happening right away. Is Ben has got to finish fixing the tractor, because when he drives it, he gets wet if it's raining at all. Just some different things that need to be fixed on 2 of our tractors. He's got to fix our camper from the damage from Yellowstone, things like that. So those are big goals happening ASAP. We showed you on a previous video that the rabbits, we were going to get rid of rabbits because we just don't need them. We don't utilize them here on the homestead. We were able to get rid of those. So we're going to focus in on the quail. They're just fun to us right now. I don't know how long we'll do quail, but Ben is working on fixing an incubator where we can incubate some. That's a big goal. We're wanting to get a breed of duck that is dual purpose. It's for meat and eggs. Ben, remind me what it's called. French Rowan?
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. I know you can look them up on YouTube. They're really cool looking, and we'll be showing y'all those as we get them because I think they're going to be really neat. So for sure getting some ducks. Y'all have met Gretchen Wieners on Roots and Refuge. So they got that Nigerian dwarf from us, and then we're gonna be getting a little Nubian doeling from them. Pumped about that. I love Nubians. They're my absolute hands down favorite breed of goats. They're cute. They have cool personalities. I just like them. That's always been my favorite breed. So getting that. Another huge goal is the garden. We're working hard to amend the garden. We're using all the rabbit poo we had stored up. We put the cows in here and fed hay for a while. They're out of there now, and let them fertilize it by standing there eating and pooping and all that. Sorry, I'm not saying that more like politically correct and ladylike, but pooping, that's all I know to say. So they did that, fertilized it. We're letting it kind of lay for now, and then we are going to try. We've toyed around with Back to Eden for a while now, but we've seen it in person. We've seen it on YouTube. Just lots of people saying it's just not as foolproof as they say. It still grows up in weeds, and then it's hard to get the weeds out because you've got it full of wood chips and all that. I can see how it would work, because just where we feed hay turns into the blackest, richest soil you can imagine, just from feeding the soil. So we're trying to implement some parts of it, the feeding of the soil, but then we're also going to use, we alluded to this on the last video, we're going to use billboards, kind of like garden fabric, and hopefully choke out weeds that way, but let the garden really grow. I'm pumped about the garden this year. Ours did terrible last year. Thankfully, I had a lot of vegetables stored up, canned. I didn't even show you all my canned goods. We got shelves and shelves of canned goods. Thankfully, I had enough that we're going to be fine. But this year, it's back to action. We've got this big garden. We've got a huge garden out front that we're amending. That's where our chickens have been with the compost pile. We're going to be spreading there. And I'm actually going to be putting in another small area for, like, because we grow everything from potatoes to green beans to all kinds of viney things that take up a lot of room. So it's back to hot and heavy action this year of growing our own food, and I'm pumped about it. So I hope y'all will come along with us. Was there anything else, Ben, we wanted to share on this video about goals?
Get
traveling
better.
Too.
Yeah. Traveling, getting better at YouTube.
You want to come over here? Another big goal for 2019 is traveling. We're pumped about traveling to some conferences and meeting some of y'all and having some of y'all out here. So you want to kind of tell them where all we're planning to go?
In March, we are heading down to southern Mississippi, Wiggins, Mississippi, to the Deep South Homestead Gathering.
We're excited about that.
We will be traveling in April, all the way across the pond over here. April 6th is our meetup, and we are pumped about it. A little nervous.
Yep. We'll be putting out more info soon. We're really trying to keep it pretty simple. We've had tons of questions, and I know people are curious, but it's really just going to be come fellowship for the day. It's a one-day event. There's lots of places to stay around us, so you can come and make a weekend of it, or a week, or whatever you want. But the event itself is going to be pretty low-key and simple. Come sell stuff if you want. Don't if you don't want to. Come buy stuff. You can be a YouTuber, not a YouTuber, a fan. I was going to say not a fan, but I mean, I don't know why you want to come. So it's not complicated.
On that, if you do want to come, please register.
Yes.
We have put it on, we'll put a link down below. It is in Eventbrite.
Yes.
We have set up a link there.
We actually put Roots and Refuge name first on the Eventbrite, Roots and Refuge and VW Family Farm. So I figure if you start typing in Roots and Refuge, it's going to come up. Nobody said they had trouble finding it so far. And that is just because we don't want to broadcast our address to just anyone and everyone. So you need to register and get a ticket, even though it's free, to get all the details. Okay?
Then
so
next,
after that is
May, we'll be going to Baker Creek. We're going back there. We was new to YouTube last year. That was the first year we'd went.
We'd only been on there like YouTube like a month or something, but it was a blast.
Oh, it's fun. Met all kinds of people there. One thing we didn't do last time was we didn't camp. So this year we will be pulling the camper up there.
We only stayed a day last year, but we're planning to stay for the whole event, and hopefully some of y'all can make it out. We'd love to meet some of y'all. And then our other plans for sure are in the fall to go to Virginia to the Homesteaders of America conference. We're not ruling out some of the others, like the Hootenanny in Michigan and Doug and Stacy's event and stuff. It's just with our farm, we'll just have to see how things go with the rotational grazing. we'll have to have someone taking care of stuff, and we just don't know how many events we can make. So
as of now, that's our plans.
yeah, the Mississippi and the Baker Creek are close enough for us that we think we can do those.
Yeah.
All right, so traveling, what else with YouTube is our goals?
I want to put a 10,000 subscriber goal on there, but
yeah, we're just gonna see where it goes. We're just riding the wave right now, really.
Oh, and it's a fun wave.
Yeah, but with YouTube, we're really just trying to be faithful to put content out there that's really what's going on in our lives, and just kind of really open up our lives to y'all and let y'all see kind of how we live and how our family is and all those kind of things, and
how kooky she is sometimes.
The good and the bad of farming and homesteading and all those things, and really just trying to be faithful and pray that God would use us on this YouTube channel.
You know I love your kookiness, don't you?
I hope so. I think you do, or you wouldn't have indulged me this long.
Oh, me.
So anyway, let's wrap this up. That's about it. There'll be more goals. Most of those goals we told you about, those are like imminent goals that we're going to get done in the next couple months.
Yep.
So, but there'll be more as the year goes on, and we'll be bringing you all along.
If you've seen yesterday's video, you've seen the list. There will be a list for 2019.
Yep.
Guaranteed, huh?
There might already be.
Oh.
Actually, there's not. But today's the first day, so. Anyway, thanks for everything. We'll see y'all on the next video. Any other things you want to say?
Yeah, there is one thing. I haven't told Andrea about it. Uh-oh, look at their eyes.
Uh-oh.
The Lord's been telling me here lately to ask on here, if you need prayers, would you send us an email? We would love to pray for you. I know there's a lot of people out there hurting physically, emotionally, spiritually. I don't know what your need is, but God's telling me there's somebody out there that needs our prayers. So if you would, and if you are one that needs our prayers, send us an email. We'd love to pray for you. And until next time, God bless.